Chosen ones, listen to me very carefully. If you're hearing these words, it is not by chance. You've been guided here for a reason beyond human logic. The universe has been whispering to your soul, and God Himself is orchestrating something massive on your behalf. You are not just another face in the crowd. You are one of the rare few who carries the unmistakable mark of destiny. From the very beginning, there has been a fire inside you, an unspoken knowing that you were meant for more, and now that sense of purpose is about to explode into reality in a way that will leave you and everyone around you in absolute awe. You may have felt overlooked, underestimated, or even misunderstood at times. Perhaps you've faced trials that seemed too heavy to bear, moments that pushed you to the edge of giving up. But through it all, you kept going, even if it was just by the tiniest fraction of courage. Your heart has known heartbreak, yet it still beats for something greater. Your spirit has seen darkness, yet it continues to crave the divine light of possibility. That hunger has set you apart. It has carried you through storms that would have shattered lesser souls, and now it is about to reward you in ways you never dared to imagine. Take a moment and breathe. Feel the energy of this message connecting directly to your spirit. There's an electricity in the air, a current that crackles with divine anticipation. Can you sense it? That is the pulse of a miracle in the making. It's no coincidence you're watching this video right now. It's not an accident that you have arrived at this exact intersection of time and purpose. God does not play dice with the universe. Every second of your life, every tear, every triumph has been positioning you for this season of abundance. God chose you for millions. Millions of blessings, millions of breakthroughs, millions of opportunities far beyond your greatest aspirations. But before we journey further into this revelation, I need you to do something bold. Hit that like button as a sign of agreement with the divine plan unfolding in your life. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and join this channel, because every message here is designed to fuel your spirit and catapult you into the destiny for which you were created. Then, in the comments, I want you to type the number 777. This is not a casual gesture, but an act of faith, a supernatural code that aligns your energy with the overflow God is sending your way. Each time you write 777, you're saying, "Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I am chosen for something beyond ordinary." Now, listen closely. Something extraordinary happens the moment you recognize you are chosen. Your entire mindset begins to shift. The limitations that once held you back suddenly seem flimsy and unimportant, because deep in your spirit you know you were destined for far more. The voices of doubt that once whispered, "You can't do it," lose all their power. A chosen person is not defined by the patterns of the past. They are defined by the promise of God. It does not matter how many times you have stumbled or how many times you have been told no. When God places His hand on your life, a yes from heaven shatters 1,000 no responses on earth. This isn't just about money or material gain, though God may certainly pour financial blessings into your lap. This is about unlocking the fullness of who you are meant to be. It's about stepping out of the shadows of self-doubt and walking boldly into the spotlight of your calling. Some of you have been in hiding, afraid that if you reveal the magnitude of your dreams, the world might laugh or scoff. But let me tell you, your dreams are given by the divine, and when the appointed time comes, nothing and no one can stop their manifestation. You are chosen to be a beacon that proves miracles are real in a world that has grown cynical and tired. Take another breath and let that soak into your spirit. There's a tangible energy swirling right now, and it's accelerating your breakthrough faster than you can comprehend. You might have been praying for a sign, begging God to show you a glimpse of what lies ahead. This message is that glimpse. This message is your permission to believe in the impossible, to cling to the promise that your life is about to transform from ordinary to extraordinary. And that's not just motivational talk. It is a prophetic announcement over your destiny. Millions. That's what God is entrusting to you. Millions of open doors, millions of blessings, millions of expansions, and, yes, for many, literal millions in resources. Some of you have been battling thoughts like, "Who am I to receive so much?" or "I'm not good enough." Those are lies designed to keep you small. You are not small. You are chosen. When God selects someone for a mission, He equips them with supernatural grace and favor that obliterates natural limitations. The moment you accept that calling, forces beyond your understanding begin to rearrange circumstances on your behalf. People suddenly arrive to assist you, opportunities show up where you least expect them, and what used to be obstacles suddenly morph into stepping stones. Let me remind you of this critical truth. Favor isn't fair. And when it rests upon you, it makes no apologies for who doesn't like it. Some individuals may resent your sudden rise. Some might question, why you? And the answer is simple. Because it's your appointed time. Because heaven looked down and saw your perseverance, your humility, your heart that yearned for more than just personal gain. Heaven saw that you're willing to be a vessel for blessings that will pour into the lives of others as well. The breakthroughs you experience will not be kept to yourself. They will ripple outward, inspiring people you've never even met to believe for their own miracles. This is why I urge you to comment 777 as often as you can. Each time, let it be a prayer, a declaration, a statement that says, "I am open to the wave of abundance and revelation that is currently descending on my life." Do not be shy in claiming it. There is nothing humble about refusing the gifts heaven has set aside for you. True humility is acknowledging that every good thing comes from God, and using it to uplift everyone you can. That is who you are, a channel of divine overflow, an open gate through which rivers of blessings can flow into this world. Feel your soul stirring yet? Good, because we're only getting started. The magnitude of this shift is going to start showing evidence in your daily life. Strange coincidences that benefit you, sudden bursts of clarity on complex issues, or perhaps an unexpected phone call that opens a door you once thought was permanently shut. That's not random. That's the favor of a living God who has singled you out for promotion. This favor isn't limited to finances. It extends into your relationships, your health, your creativity, your spiritual growth, and your ability to influence others in a positive way. When you are chosen, everything you touch carries the fragrance of divine purpose. Now, I'm not telling you it will be easy. Whenever someone steps into their chosen identity, there are forces that will try to test and challenge that calling. But rest assured, each test is not designed to destroy you, but to refine you. Even the greatest warriors had to learn to wield their sword. You will conquer fear, doubt, and any sense of unworthiness as if they are mere illusions, because that's exactly what they are. Shadows that cannot survive in the presence of genuine light. And you, beloved soul, are meant to carry that light into every corner of your existence. Let the unstoppable wave of transformation wash over you right now. Close your eyes if you need to. Envision yourself walking through doors that once were sealed shut. Imagine your bank account shifting from emptiness to overflowing. Picture your relationships drenched in respect, support, and unconditional love. Yes, these images can become your reality, but beyond that, see yourself fulfilling a calling so grand that it leaves you breathless. A legacy that stretches far beyond your years on earth, impacting future generations with hope and inspiration. Many times people hear messages like this and become excited in the moment, only to slip back into old patterns of doubt afterward. Don't let that happen to you. Ground this word in your heart. Let it become the lens through which you see yourself and your future. Declare every morning, I am chosen for greatness. I am destined for millions. This is not about ego. This is about alignment with the destiny that has been whispered to you since before you ever knew how to dream. When you speak these affirmations, you're not trying to convince yourself of a lie. You're reminding your spirit of a truth that's been etched into your very DNA. God's plan is not meager or limited. Look around at creation. He is the God of infinite galaxies, the designer of mountains and oceans. Do you think he struggles to provide more than enough for your destiny? Absolutely not. He is eager to lavish blessings on those who have the capacity to receive. And that is part of what being chosen means, cultivating the capacity to receive, in a way that doesn't just hoard goodness but multiplies it. Because once you understand the flow, you become a distributor of miracles, passing them on to hearts that are starving for hope. Can you feel that? That shift in your chest, that warmth in your heart, that sense of deep resonance that says, yes, this is truth. When you sense that, don't run away from it. Embrace it like a long-lost friend. This is your spirit's way of confirming that something monumental is at work here. And let me tell you, we're not done yet. There is more revelation to come. Your spirit is waking up to the destiny that's been beckoning you for years, maybe even decades. It's time to answer that call with every fiber of your being. But remember, with great calling comes great responsibility. Once you acknowledge you are chosen, you can't simply drift through life anymore. You can't hide your light to make others comfortable. You are required to rise, to stand tall in the fullness of who you are. You become a leader by virtue of the fire ignited within you, a guiding force for those who have yet to discover their own path. And that, dear soul, is one of the greatest privileges and profound responsibilities you will ever carry. So keep writing 777 in the comments. Keep declaring your readiness. Like this video to put your faith into action, and subscribe if you haven't already. Because there is a momentum building here that you won't want to miss. Every new message is another building block in the structure of your unfolding destiny. Let each word serve as a catalyst that shatters every lie, every limit, and every ounce of hesitation that has chained you to a life smaller than the one you're meant to live. Understand this. Once you recognize that God has chosen you for millions, whether that means a massive calling, a life-changing anointing, or the literal manifestation of wealth and resources, your responsibility isn't just to applaud the idea. It's to expand your capacity so you can actually carry these blessings into a world that desperately needs them. God doesn't drop abundance into the lives of the unwilling or the unprepared. He is seeking those who have prepared their vessels and opened their hearts. This is precisely why you're here right now, absorbing every word like a sponge. Let's talk about the shifts you're already sensing. For some of you, this can feel like the ground beneath your feet is rumbling, as if an earthquake of transformation is rattling your entire existence. Your friendships might feel different. Your job might suddenly feel too small for the largeness of your soul. Even your daily routines might start to seem trivial compared to the grandeur of where you know you're headed. That's because once you align with God's purpose for your life, anything that doesn't match that vibration begins to fade away. It's not that you're rejecting your old life out of pride, it's that your spirit recognizes it can no longer thrive in mediocrity. You have outgrown the confines of what once was. Some of you will also notice resistance rising up from the people around you. Let me assure you, this is normal. When a chosen person wakes up to their destiny, it can unsettle those who prefer things to remain the same. Maybe it's a co-worker who suddenly becomes distant, or friends who don't cheer you on like they used to, or even family members who think you've gone off the deep end. Take heart. This opposition isn't meant to derail you. It's a sign you're stepping out of the mold everyone is used to. Don't let it scare you back into complacency. Fear not the naysayers, for they do not control the path God has set before you. Let their doubts be the confirmation that you're moving in a direction they can't fathom. I can feel some of you wondering, what if I fail? What if I step out in faith and it doesn't work? You must understand that failure is often the greatest teacher, but in the hands of a chosen one, it becomes something more. A catalyst for breakthrough. Failure doesn't get the final say over your life. It is merely a stepping stone that refines you, that burns away illusions and forges resilience. The only real failure would be never daring to answer the call at all. Besides, when God is on your side, even the moments that look like defeat serve a higher purpose, orchestrating your eventual triumph in ways that are beyond human logic. Take a moment to reflect on this. Every significant figure you admire, those who carried an unmistakable aura of destiny, walked through valleys of pain and trial that seemed insurmountable. Yet they came out with testimonies that shook nations. It wasn't because they were inherently more special than you, it's because they had the courage to trust God's plan and to keep moving forward, even when the path was lit by nothing but the faint spark of faith. My friend, you have that same spark within you. Let it blaze. And now I want you to do something symbolic for yourself. Close your eyes if you can and visualize a massive door. It's ancient, ornate, and it looks heavy beyond measure, something that no human strength could simply push open. But etched into this door is your name, gleaming as if carved by the hand of the divine. This door represents the destiny God has chosen for you. Many forces have tried to seal it shut. Fear, doubt, generational curses, even your own past mistakes. But here you stand, with your spirit awakened to the knowledge that this door is rightfully yours to enter. Suddenly, a brilliant light emerges behind the door's edges. You feel a wind at your back, a holy breath pushing you forward, and then you see it. The door begins to move on its own, unsealing, unlocking, opening wide to reveal a vista so grand, so breathtaking, it momentarily steals your breath. That, my dear friend, is the threshold you are standing upon. Let me remind you, you won't be alone in that realm of abundance. Others are being awakened too. We are part of a larger tapestry, a network of souls each carrying a key to unlock different aspects of God's massive plan for this world. When you step through your door, it encourages others to step through theirs. You become living proof that the supernatural is real, that the seeds of greatness sown into the soil of your spirit were always meant to flourish. But you must be courageous enough to walk through. God will not force you. He only invites. Perhaps at this juncture, you're feeling a surge of excitement and urgency. You might be wondering what practical steps to take now that your heart is aflame with purpose. Let me tell you, the first step is to keep your spiritual alignment. That means prayer, meditation, reading scripture, or doing whatever keeps your connection to the divine strong. This alignment is your lifeline, your compass, your power source. Neglect it, and you'll feel the difference almost immediately. Doubt creeps in, distractions multiply, and the old patterns try to reclaim you. But when you stay aligned, your discernment becomes razor sharp, and you can see opportunities and pitfalls with supernatural clarity. Next, be prepared to move in faith. Movement is key. It might be something as simple as starting a new project, switching jobs, or making a phone call you've been scared to make. The moment you sense that nudge deep within, do this. Follow it. Delay and hesitation are the breeding grounds of regret. You might not always have the full blueprint, but you'll have enough light for the next step. That's all you need to keep going. Each step of obedience widens the path before you, and eventually you find yourself in the midst of exactly what God had promised. A critical piece of wisdom: watch your associations. When you're chosen, you become a magnet, and not everyone who's drawn to your light comes with pure intentions. Some will see your ascent and try to cling to you for selfish gain. Others may unconsciously sabotage you because your growth highlights their stagnation. This doesn't mean you stop loving people, it means you become wise with boundaries. Treasure those who truly celebrate you, who push you to become the highest version of yourself. In times like these, you'll learn that your circle matters more than ever. Surround yourself with those who see your vision, who speak life into your dreams, and who themselves have the courage to dream big. Also, please recognize that being chosen doesn't automatically make life easy. It makes life meaningful. You might still face battles, some brand new and some repeated, but the difference is you'll notice you're no longer fighting in your own strength. There will be a supernatural grace that undergirds you, enabling you to tackle challenges that would have crushed the old you. You'll find that what once triggered fear now triggers faith. The mountain that once loomed large now seems conquerable. This shift is the fruit of destiny awakened. It's not hype, it's holy, and it's unstoppable. Even now, I sense that many of you are on the brink of a major life decision. Maybe you've been weighing whether to take that leap into a new career, to move to a different city, to enter a relationship, or to leave a situation that no longer resonates with who you're becoming. This is the moment of clarity you've been praying for. You are chosen, so trust that the same God who selected you for greatness will guide you to each next step. He will align the right people, resources, and circumstances. Yes, obstacles will arise, but they are not there to deter you. They are there to prove the power of the anointing on your life. Each obstacle you conquer becomes a testimony that echoes, "Surely this one is chosen by God." Let's also address the concept of humility. Some of you worry that embracing this mantle of chosen might lead to arrogance. But genuine humility doesn't come from pretending you're small when God says you're not. True humility is acknowledging that every gift, every ounce of power, every door opened is sourced from the divine. Your role is to steward these gifts responsibly, to remain grateful, and to use what you're given to serve others. Pride says, "Look at what I did." Humility says, "Look at what God did through me." The difference is subtle but monumental, and staying humble is a natural outcome when you remain constantly aware of the one who called you. Now, I want you to reconnect with that sense of expectancy. Stir it up within yourself. It's easy to get excited in one moment, then slip back into doubt the next. But you do not need to live a life yo-yoing between spiritual highs and lows. You can anchor yourself in constant expectation by daily reaffirming your calling. Speak it out loud when you wake up. I am chosen. I am appointed. I have favor with God and with people. My life is unfolding in divine order. This isn't empty self-talk. This is you using your creative power of words to shape your reality in alignment with God's will. Over time, your subconscious mind and your spirit begin to march in step, fueling actions and decisions that keep you on the chosen path. In this rising season, miracles will start to look like everyday occurrences. Suddenly, the finance that seemed impossible will land in your account. The job you thought was out of reach will come looking for you. The mentor you believed was inaccessible will appear out of nowhere, eager to help you. That lingering health issue might vanish in a way that leaves doctors astonished, and it won't feel random at all. It will feel exactly like what was supposed to happen for someone who carries this level of favor. Each miracle will remind you that you are indeed under an open heaven, that the resources you need are always a prayer away, always a moment of faith away. This is the new normal for a chosen one. Be mindful, though, of your attitude in times of acceleration. When blessings pile up quickly, some get swept away by euphoria and forget their foundational principles. Don't allow excitement to overshadow wisdom. Keep your roots deeply planted in gratitude, in service, and in devotion. The faster you rise, the deeper your roots must go. This ensures longevity, so you don't just have a sudden spike of success followed by a swift downfall. You are meant to stand as a pillar of stability, a testimony of sustained favor that spans years, if not decades. And let me tell you, once you settle into this place of sustained favor, others will look at you in awe, wondering, how on earth is this person continually thriving? They'll try to analyze your strategies, copy your methods, or replicate your style. But the real secret is your relationship with the divine. No one can replicate that part. They can mimic external moves, but they cannot mimic the intimacy you have with your Creator, the unwavering belief that courses through your veins. And that's why you remain untouchable in the realm of your purpose. Let's also talk about the expansion of your influence. Being chosen often means you'll be placed in spheres you never imagined entering. You might find yourself speaking before influential people, forming alliances with high-level leaders, or having your work recognized by individuals who could change your life with a single phone call. Don't shrink back in these moments. You are not an imposter. You are exactly where you're meant to be. Every closed door in your past was leading you to the right door that would open at the right time. And now that you stand in front of it, step through boldly, knowing your footsteps are ordered by a power far greater than any man-made system or gatekeeping authority. I urge you to keep pressing deeper. Keep writing 777 in the comments, declaring your alignment, saturating yourself in this truth. Each act of engagement is like watering the seed of destiny that's germinating in your heart. Your calling is no longer dormant, it's sprouting. It's pushing through the soil of past limitations, heading toward the sunlight of new possibility. Don't stop now. You've come too far to turn back. You've endured too much to settle for less than everything that's been promised. At this point, you might be asking, how do I manage the day-to-day while carrying such a grand vision? The key is balance. Learn to dance between the practical and the miraculous. Handle your responsibilities faithfully. Pay your bills, honor your commitments, be punctual and reliable. These are signs of integrity, the earthly container that can safely hold heavenly blessings. But never let the routine make you forget that at any moment, God can surge into your circumstance with a supernatural solution that transcends your earthly logic. It's a glorious partnership. You handle the ordinary, and let God handle the extraordinary. One more thing. As you ascend, keep an eye out for those in need of hope. The chosen life is not meant to be lived in isolation or arrogance. Mentor the younger souls who remind you of where you once were. Offer a helping hand to the struggling stranger. Pray for those who can't see the path as clearly as you can. In doing so, you become a conduit for grace, letting it flow through you into the lives of others, which in turn multiplies the grace that returns to you. You see, in the kingdom of God, giving is the ultimate demonstration of trust, and trust is the currency that unlocks even more blessing. Now, can you sense the magnitude of your calling swelling within you? That is the transformative power of truth recognized and accepted. But we're still not at the summit of all there is to share. There's a deeper layer, a mightier wave of revelation, still waiting to be poured into your spirit. The question is, are you ready to receive it? If you are, go ahead and take a moment to reaffirm your yes. Type 777 again. Feel the atmosphere around you shift as your faith charges the environment with expectancy. Your story is about to become a testament of the impossible made real. I can sense that we're reaching another pivot point in this conversation, a place where we either pause or proceed to an even greater depth. We've come a long way, igniting the spark and stoking the flames of your chosen identity, but the fire can burn hotter still. There are nuances of spiritual authority, specific revelations on handling divine wealth, and the blueprint for sustained supernatural living that we've yet to unpack. It's time we discuss the spiritual authority that accompanies being chosen. Many shy away from that term, authority, fearing it sounds too domineering. But spiritual authority, in truth, is the mantle you wear when you stand in alignment with divine will. It's not about controlling others, it's about commanding your own space, your own atmosphere. When you walk in spiritual authority, negativity bends around you rather than infiltrating you. Demons of doubt, despair, and discouragement may come knocking, but they cannot find a home in your heart. That's because the presence within you, God's Spirit, is infinitely more potent than any darkness outside. How do you cultivate this authority? First, through your words. The power of life and death genuinely resides in your tongue. Every time you declare, "I am chosen, I am anointed, I am covered by God's favor," you are reinforcing spiritual walls that block out the storms of negativity. It's not magic, but it is deeply supernatural. Second, through your deeds. Consistency is the backbone of authenticity. When your actions match your declarations, when you treat people with kindness, excellence, and integrity, your spiritual authority doubles. And third, through unwavering faith. Authority is built in the furnace of challenges. Each time you refuse to crumble, each time you trust God amid chaos, you upgrade your spiritual rank, so to speak. By the time you step out the other side, you're not just a survivor, you're a conqueror who carries evidence of heaven's backing. Let's pivot and dive into a topic that stirs curiosity for many: handling divine wealth. Yes, wealth. We can't dance around this any longer. Being chosen often comes with unprecedented levels of provision, not because God is a vending machine for our every whim, but because big callings require big resources. Think of biblical figures like Solomon or modern-day visionaries who've built life-changing institutions. Wealth was a tool, not the ultimate goal. When you are chosen, God entrusts you with resources that match the scale of your mission. Whether it's finances, influence, or intellectual capital, you become a magnet for whatever you need to fulfill your assignment. But here's the catch: God isn't going to drop untold riches into careless hands. That's why the process of refinement is so important. Before Joseph in the Bible managed Pharaoh's wealth, he had to learn stewardship and integrity in Potiphar's house and in prison. The waiting seasons, the trials, those times you felt hidden or overlooked, were preparing you to handle wealth without letting it handle you. Now, as your identity as a chosen one solidifies, you'll notice an increase in financial flow or valuable connections. The key? Don't hoard or become prideful. Remember that this is kingdom wealth, meant to bless you and to overflow into your community, your sphere of influence, your generation, and beyond. Some people wonder, what do I do when the resources start coming in? Should I just spend it, save it, give it all away? The best answer is always to be led by that inner guidance, by the Spirit of God. You'll feel promptings, sometimes to invest in yourself, sometimes to sow generously, sometimes to save or expand. There's no formula carved in stone, but if your heart remains pure, your hands will distribute blessings rightly. You'll sense how to multiply what's been given to you so that it becomes a lasting testament, not a fleeting indulgence. This, too, is part of your testimony as someone chosen. You demonstrate that wealth, in the hands of the righteous, becomes a blessing that uplifts many, rather than a curse that corrupts. Let's talk about supernatural living. Living in a realm where miracles are not just occasional but frequent. Typically, we see miracles as rare exceptions. But when you're chosen, the supernatural can become so common that it starts feeling normal. This is not to say life becomes a cakewalk. It means you learn to partner with the divine in such a way that solutions arrive before panic can take root. You walk through storms with an umbrella of grace. Sickness might knock, but healing answers the door. Lack might try to creep in, but abundance opens the floodgates. Synchronicities become daily bread. You think of something you need, and somehow the exact provision shows up. You might find yourself asking, is that even possible? Yes, and not just possible, it's promised. If you think about it, everything about being chosen is an invitation to live above the limitations of this earthly plane. You break free from the gravitational pull of average thinking. While others see impossibility, you see potential. While others see darkness, you see the stage set for light to shine brighter, and that's why you're drawn to messages like this. You sense that it's time to upgrade from occasional hope to a lifestyle of unwavering certainty in God's goodness. Now, let's explore the deeper layers of identity transformation that come with your chosen status. A shift occurs not just in how you see yourself, but in how you see the world. The sense of belonging you once tried to find in external validation now springs from within. You realize that you and God form an unbreakable majority, that your worth is not contingent on your job title, relationship status, or bank balance. Instead, it's anchored in the knowledge that you are an intentional creation placed on this planet with a divine purpose. The more you digest this truth, the less you feel the need to chase superficial accolades. This transformation radiates outward. People begin to sense your presence before you speak a single word. They might say, "There's something about you. I can't quite put my finger on it, but you feel different." That different is your chosen essence shining through. This intangible aura can attract both light and conflict. Some will be drawn to your glow, seeking inspiration and guidance. Others might feel uneasy or even threatened because your very being challenges their disbelief. Don't take it personally. Your light activates whatever is dormant in others. Sometimes that's hope. Sometimes it's insecurity. Let them wrestle with their own reflections. You just keep walking in love, letting your life preach a silent sermon of possibility. Let's check in. Is your heart still ignited? Are your spirits still ready for more? If you feel that flutter in your gut, that's your soul nodding a resounding yes, good, because we're going deeper. Now, there's another aspect we can't ignore: spiritual warfare. When you step into your identity as chosen, you become a high-value target for the adversary. Don't be alarmed. This isn't to instill fear, but to empower you. Attacks may come in the form of discouragement, betrayal by people you trusted, or sudden onslaughts of doubt and anxiety. But remember what we discussed about spiritual authority. You're not stepping onto this battlefield empty-handed. You have an arsenal of truth, faith, community, and the Word of God, which are far more potent than any weapon formed against you. Each battle you face is actually an opportunity. It's a chance to reinforce your convictions and to discover new dimensions of God's faithfulness. When David faced Goliath, it wasn't just about defeating a giant. It was about revealing David's calling as a future king. Similarly, when obstacles loom in your path, see them as markers indicating that you're treading ground where your victory will shout your destiny to the world. So don't shrink back. Square your shoulders, lift your head, and face them head-on. You'll find that the giant before you is far smaller than the God within you. As your life accelerates into the slipstream of divine favor, you'll need to refine your habits and daily practices. Why is this crucial? Because old routines can't accommodate new revelations. The version of you that's stepping onto a bigger stage needs a sharper, more disciplined framework. It might mean waking up earlier to pray or read, cutting out certain unproductive habits, or strategically scheduling time for creativity and family. Don't see these adjustments as sacrifices. See them as expansions. You're making room for the greater things you've been asking for, and as you do, watch how seamlessly the new blessings integrate into your life, like puzzle pieces that were always meant to fit. Another important angle: relationships. Let's talk specifically about romantic and covenant partnerships. Being chosen means you can't afford to be yoked with someone who disrespects your calling or constantly drains your energy. If you're single, this is your time to be extra cautious and prayerful about who you allow into your life. You can't carry the weight of a massive destiny while dragging along a relationship that's misaligned or toxic. Conversely, the right partner will amplify your calling, someone who sees your greatness not as competition, but as a canvas upon which they can add strokes of encouragement and support. If you're already in a relationship, it's time to have open, honest conversations about the vision God is birthing in you. Invite your partner to rise with you, to catch the vision, to stand beside you as you both ascend. Healthy unity is a multiplier of favor. Discord is a siphon. Now let's address the notion of time. Many chosen ones feel a heightened sense of urgency, like there's a ticking clock pushing them to realize their purpose, and in a way, that's accurate. While God is patient, the world is hungry for the very solutions you're meant to bring. The earth groans for the manifestation of the children of God. That's you. But don't let urgency mutate into anxiety. There's a divine pace that will guide you. Sometimes you'll sprint, other times you'll rest, but you'll always be in motion. Don't compare your timetable to others. They have their unique paths. You have yours. Keep your focus on the internal compass that says, "Now is the time," or "Be still and wait." In this journey you might experience suddenlies. You'll be in a season of preparation, everything seems quiet, and then, boom, a door swings open. You find yourself catapulted onto a platform or into a position you didn't see coming. That's how God often operates with chosen individuals. In one moment, Joseph is in prison. In the next, he's standing before Pharaoh, interpreting dreams that will change the fate of nations. The key is to remain faithful in the mundane, so that when the suddenlies arrive, you're ready. Your character, skills, and faith will have been honed to handle the magnitude of the opportunity. Speaking of opportunities, let's shift the lens to global impact. Being chosen isn't just about personal enrichment or local influence. For some of you, millions will literally mean you'll impact or reach millions of people through media, arts, technology, education, ministry, or new inventions that revolutionize entire sectors. Don't limit your vision to your immediate surroundings. Think global, think generational. If you keep your heart pure and your motives kingdom-focused, you'll be astounded at how far God can take your message or your product. The horizon you see now may be just the edge of an ocean you've yet to sail across.